All right.
Okay. Sam, looks like we're ready.
Let's go see what Smeltek's gonna bloviate about.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see.
Damn, that's barbecue wings. I should have ordered that.
Okay. What's going on, everybody?
I just had a pepperoni. Should got appetizers.
We got some late additions. Lincoln said he's installing a new not a laptop, a new keyboard. He's gonna be in here a little bit later.
I'm telling him to resend it. Smells like resend the invite to Big Money.
Oh shit. Okay, that makes sense. Big Money about to get in here. We got a lot to talk about, as always. What up? Did I even send one to Big Money today? I didn't send one to Big Money. Yeah, I need to send that one. There you go. I forgot to send one to Big Money. Why do I have to get him? Okay. Okay. Tell Big Money I sent him an invite. All right. I think we got everybody. I'm gonna send one to grind my gears just for the fuck of it. I don't know if he joined or not, but we do have a lot of topics. I got to get on some other people's podcasts, but of course.
Saw from her picture was a neck. That's all I saw.
Okay, good job. Good job, Adam.
Errol?
That was just saying Typhoon Princess. All I see of her is a neck.
Yeah, I think she wears a mask most of the time. We got to get the rest of this news. Okay, let's see. We're good here. We're good there. We're good there. Are we good here? No, we're not.
Don't forget Big Money, you bitch.
I got Big Money in here.
You better.
Okay, we're about to share the screen because there's some, again, very important news. We got Big Money in here. Adam, Boca Loca. You guys go do your intros. I'm gonna get the links set up. So whoever wants to go first, I'll go last.
I'll go first. What's up, y'all? This Big Money, man. Thank y'all for coming out, checking us out on Sunday, man. Make sure y'all checking in every Sunday at 3 o'clock. PlayStation Legion, man. I'm here with JayTech. Thank you again, man, for inviting me. I'm here with my boy Sam. I'm here with damn fam. I hate to call you that Buka Luka stuff because that's spelled like Buka Luka.
Well, Sam's not even my real name, so either one.
Yeah, but thank y'all for coming out, man. Come checking us out, man. I'm gonna let everybody else get their thing in. Let's get it cracking.
All right, I'll go next then. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Admore here. Welcome to the podcast. Hopefully, we'll have a good one. Hopefully, we'll go strong with the PlayStation Legion, and we'll see what we have in store today. Yeah.
Already.
No doubt, boy, Boca Loca here. Keeping it real, keeping it game, man. Get it popping, y'all.
Okay. This is JayTechTV, the Flame of PlayStation. And we're about to put some fire under the asses of a lot of haters. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, as always. But some of this stuff has came out to be brand new. So I wanted to cover this picture that we got from Destination PlayStation. It is very important. So let me go set up the share real quick so we can you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, looks like we're good. Okay, just to test out, can everybody see what I'm seeing? Just to test it out.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we're going to talk about first, and we're going to get to the rest of the topics. This was not actually on the topics because Destination PlayStation was very, very private this year. Very private. From what I understand, Destination PlayStation is actually private a lot. But this one was supposed to be very private. However, this came out. There's a guy on the stage. I'm not really clear who it was. It's definitely not Sean Layden. He's clearly talking about what the focus of PlayStation seems to be. And as you can see, we got The Last of Us Part 2, Days Gone, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima. We start out this hangout with some very important games. Adam, I'm going to let you go first because I know I want you to tell people what's going on here, what their focus and your thoughts, and then everybody else go after Adam.
All right, cool. All right, so basically, that picture literally sums up what happened last year, right? So at E3 2018, they came out and they said that we got these big four games we're going to be demonstrating, which was The Last of Us, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, and Days Gone. Obviously, we had a couple other things there and there, but those were the main big four. Now, obviously, like we spoke about earlier on, man, with Destination PlayStation being all secretive and stuff like that, there are some tweets, some people that are getting notifications here and there talking about how Last of Us was very much a focus in this event. And with that being like a focus, like a huge focus, kind of leans towards the factor of, will this game be released this year? Could possibly be the case. Obviously, you have Days Gone already being announced for this year in April, coming very soon pretty much, and then you've got, the other three. And as we all know, Ghost of Tsushima, that's going to be at least next year. And Death Stranding, Last of Us, we get like posts here and there about Death Stranding and Last of Us, and we get all these people talk about rumored release dates. But for me, I would like to see. For me, I would love to see Death Stranding get released this year, because I hate the fact that when I see people on Twitter talking about how this game's never coming out and shit like that, because all they've really shown is trailers with cryptic messaging, and obviously we had the gameplay trailer, which some people don't think it was a gameplay trailer, but some people did, and it was we didn't really get. It kind of didn't feel like what you would be normalized with Kojima, right? With obviously Metal Gear Solid, it kind of felt like obviously it was just bare bones. But obviously this game, there's more to it, as we all know from his recent visit with Guerrilla Games. People have already played this game. It's playable. They play at least 2 hours of the game, and it wasn't just a Sony executive going, "Oh, it's cool." And obviously, when you hear that, it's like, of course, going to say it's good because it's their game. But when you get other developers like Death Stranding, Guerrilla Games, and then also Remedy playing that game, saying how amazing it is and how it's going to revolutionize, the gameplay, just gaming industry, like the genre of it. And then also, I think I forgot to, mention the guy that did Kong, that's also doing the Metal Gear Solid film. He's played it as well. And he says, it was like a miracle or something, or miraculous or something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see whether it's going to be Last of Us, which will be coming out later this year, or Death Stranding, because also to place this as well, you haven't got Battlefield, right? You've got FIFA, Madden, Call of Duty. You ain't got Assassin's Creed, but you might have Watch Dogs 3. But that's, again, there's not really much late this year, like last year where you had, Red Dead Redemption, Spider-Man, you had all these big hitters coming out around that, approximate time. So it could serve Sony really well to just go, fuck it, we're just going to put one out. And, Gears 5, it's that title can be a hit or miss. And, I think for me, that comes down to story. The multiplayer is always good with Gears. It's all come down to the single player for them. But for me, I think I would put my money on Death Stranding to come out this year. I would love to see it happen. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I think Death Stranding is a good. I think we can all remember Kojima saying that this game was going to come out before the next Olympics, and everybody was speculating 2019. I think that's a good. But the only thing I don't want to say I'm pretty sure, but I can't see all of those games coming out. The Last of Us 2. I can't see The Last of Us 2 coming out. The only reason I say that is because the Days Gone. Now, a lot of people might not think this is relevant, but I can't see Sony putting two, because they both zombie games, and I can't see Sony putting two zombie games, even though The Last of Us 2 is something major. And I don't think I would see that game come out maybe sometime like April of next year, March next year, but I can't see it. Those other games, Ghost of Tsushima, I think that's a 2020 game. Because we forgetting about Dreams. It's a whole bunch of other games that Sony haven't even announced yet that's coming out this year. But out of those three, out of those four, I think I'm with you right there with the Kojima game. The only thing is, like, with that gameplay, when you was talking about gameplay, that was gameplay, but that's not the type of gameplay I think people was expecting. We're trying to see some action, because this is supposed to be an action game. They got it as, when you look it up, it's an action game. Kojima
it also looked like it looked like different dimensions as well, because obviously we had the Troy Baker, like, I think it was like TGS, wasn't it, where they showed off the Troy Baker character, which was the man in the golden mask.
And it looked like it was a boss fight. It looked like it was coming to be a boss fight.
That's what I want to see from Kojima, because as we all know, man, when he does those sort of things, like the villains or like just the characters in general, they're always something special with his games. He always does something a little bit different with them. It isn't just like a normal villain. There's something more to him. And, like, you know, I want to see more of that, you know, hopefully pretty soon. You know, it'll be good to see.
He need to show a good 10, 15 minutes of straight gameplay of that game, not just somebody walking around with him holding something. He need to show a good 10, 15 minutes of some solid gameplay. We already on board, so we're not worried about the game, but still, we just want to see what it's like. Because I think we got a pretty good thing. Like you said, it's a little bit of everything. Look like he got time travel. He got a little bit of everything in there, but we just want to see some straight gameplay. So once he implement that, and once they bring that out, but like, I think that's coming soon. It's coming soon. It got to be coming within the next couple of months. I think Sony is going to do something before E3. It's not going to be nothing big. I just think they're going to do something to put some of these dates out here, because we need release dates.
I think the other thing as well, man, is that, like, recently, I mean, especially this gen, I mean, right at the beginning, like, PlayStation did, like, set dates at E3, at PSX, like these big events. But, like, last year and a couple of years before, you know, with, like, Horizon and, like, even God of War, they and, you know, Days Gone, they've sort of not really been announcing those days, like the actual release dates at those events. They've been doing it on, like, Game Informer covers and blog posts, the PlayStation blog posts or blogcasts that they do. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they did that with Death Stranding. Like, oh yeah, it's coming out, like, I don't know, October this year, whatever. And everyone's like, oh shit, we didn't think that would be coming out this soon. It's like, well, that's because you expect to have this massive build-up of trailers before it happens, which, no, never the case.
Yeah. And plus, they need to do something, like, give some time to let it, like, people order the game. They need a good 2-3 months so people can pre-order the game, so they can look at those pre-order numbers. So they need to say something soon, because I don't believe this game is going to come out in summertime. It's going to come out during Christmas, somewhere around the holiday season. It's going to come out. So they're going to need to do something soon.
Okay, my turn. Let's go at this. Adam, you already know what I'm going to say. Big money, you probably don't know. We already know that people call single-player games one and done. I don't believe that. Not the ones I played exclusively for the PS4. These games are lengthy. They take days, weeks to beat. And if you want to go platinum, it might take a whole month. I played a lot of these games, and the replay value is amazing. This is the list that I made. This was last week. I made this at the last day of last month, which was last week. And this is the list that I have. Earth Defense Force Iron Rain, that's April 11th. Days Gone, that's April 26th. We got Judgment placing in the summertime. Don't forget MLB The Show, the baseball game that's only on PS4. That's coming out also. We have Dreams, definitely confirmed this year with a month-long beta, as well as early access confirmed. Left Alive, which is sharing the spotlight with the PC, but it's clearly going to sell better on PS4. That's a console exclusive. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, that's a PS4 exclusive. That game has been confirmed for 2019 as well. We also have some games that we don't really talk about, and that is Medieval Remake, that they confirmed that was going to be a 2019 title, but they have not talked about the game as of yet. And of course, Death Stranding. Now, I didn't have enough characters to put the rest of the list, but it was going to be a lot longer. We have Lost Suicide that we're going to get new information on, and that would let's see. I just want to show you guys what Lost Suicide is. So we have an event coming out next week. As soon as the embargoes are lifted for Days Gone and people can share their previews of what they've been playing for 3 straight hours of gameplay. So Greg Miller, IGN, Game Informer, all of those people are going to have new gameplay, new footage, new stuff to sample and show off and talk about. That's on Wednesday. But on Thursday, they're going to have an event in China. It's called China Hero Project. That's going to be an event where they show off multiple games that will be exclusive to PlayStation. From what I'm hearing, games that are going to be shown off in China will not stay in China anymore. Those games are going to be worldwide release. So if they continue to stay PlayStation exclusives in China and they bring them out to the rest of the different territories, they will stay PlayStation exclusive. Games like Lost Suicide and the Monkey King game. We're going to go and look that up real quick. This is very important. So I wanted to show you guys what Lost Suicide is, because I know a lot of people might not remember what it is. But this game is boss. Now, it's from what I'm seeing, everybody knows it's made by one person. Sony saw the tech demo and loved it. So they gobbled that shit up. This game is a PS4 exclusive. It's the gameplay is gonna remind you of like Devil May Cry and Nier Automata, and the character reminds you of somebody from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like
it's Final Fantasy look to it.
Yeah, so you see, this is what the main character looks like, and this game is a PS4 exclusive. I don't know what engine it's running on, but it is one of the most beautiful engines I have saw for this type of game. Final Fantasy had a good engine, but it wasn't as clear as this one. So I'm not really sure what engine they're using, but this is just a little picture of a weapon that he's using. I think he has multiple different types of weapons like Noxus. They're not only going to have wildlands, they're going to have cityscapes and areas like that. It's going to be pretty dope. I am waiting for more information, and from what I'm hearing, we're going to get that information this week. So, again, we do have multiple games coming out this year.
So, is that a game that you think is going to be coming out this year?
Yes. Now, I know a lot of people might be like, man, this is crazy. Too many games. I want to tell you guys a personal story. When I finally made it to PlayStation, the PS2 was out already, and the PS3 is about to come out. The 360 was already out. I was still holding out hope as a Nintendo fanboy. When I got my PS2 that was passed down to me from my older brother, I was overwhelmed as a teenager, still in the last year of high school, without a fucking job, trying to fathom how the fuck am I going to play all these games while this next generation is peeking its head out at me. You know what I'm saying? PS2 had so many fucking games, it's not even funny. Mm-hmm. It's not far-fetched for multiple games to come out in a year. If you think of it, multi-platform games, there are tons of those games that release every year. And yes, they are on the PS4 as well. So I don't think it's kind of crazy to bring out so many games this year. Do I think Ghost of Tsushima is coming out this year? No, but it will be in the first physical year. Meaning it's probably going to go, what Adam's been telling me, in the winter of next year. That could be anywhere between January and March, or January and April. Okay? So with that being said, let's just, everybody throw Ghost of Tsushima into the beginning of 2020. Okay, let's throw that game over there. As far as The Last of Us 2 versus Days Gone, with the preview coming out this Wednesday, people will understand that it's a different game. Okay, I don't think anybody will be saying, "Oh, it's a zombie game. Oh, that's a zombie game." No, I think people will understand that this is a different game than The Last of Us. Okay, we got April for Days Gone, and we're having some confirmations of rumors of The Last of Us at the edge of October, which is October 20 something. So I believe that's enough time. So we're looking at April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 6 months. No, 7 months. That's 7 months. That's enough time to bring out The Last of Us away from Days Gone for people to still respect both of those games. I don't think Last of Us has to come out April of next year for people to fiend for a new type of game. You get what I'm saying? So that's 7 months. A 7-month gap between from Days Gone and The Last of Us. I believe both of those games are possible to come out this year. Now, it's going to be kind of funny to find within the 7-month gap, you have to put a lot of other games in there. You're going to have to put the smaller games. You're going to have to put the AA games. You got to put the indie games, and you got to put some AAA. So 7-month gap. We're also going to have games coming out in there, which are going to be Judgment. I want to get that game on the screen, too. That's from the Yakuza team. I think we all know that. Nope. That is not the Judgment I wanted to see.
I also want to add real quick the rumored October release date for The Last of Us 2 also aligns with my theory of the PlayStation 5 coming out in November of 2019, because October will be the perfect time for The Last of Us 2 to be a cross-gen title. It would be the perfect time for a game to close out the PS4 generation and bring us into the PS5 generation.
I want to agree with that. I really want to. You know, I will want to agree with everybody's stuff, but I have to respectfully disagree with that. With what I was about to continue with that 7-month gap, you're going to have games like Judgment. You're going to have to put a game like Lost Soul aside within that 7-month gap. Dreams is also going to be stirred up in there, and definitely Death Stranding, which, again, 7-month gap. Then you're going to have other smaller games that might be indie games that might not be on a radar, but might be coming out this summer. You're also going to have games like, Concrete Genie. We haven't heard a lot about it, but we should understand that game shouldn't be hard to develop and put out this year. However, they might spread it somewhere else within outside or before the 7-month gap. Remember, before the 7-month gap, which starts April, as soon as Death Stranding comes out, as soon as Days Gone comes out.
Yo, Jay, you looked at Porok again.
Seeing a history player, what you doing?
With the Dreams thing, is the beta still going on right now?
No, the beta ended the beginning of March, right? No, it ended the beginning of February.
I was thinking that Sony might have let that beta go on as long as it did, because I'd like to think a lot of the stuff that people created during the beta is going to be available when the game actually launches.
That's confirmed.
So I think that was one of the biggest reasons why that beta went on so long, because a lot more people are going to pick that game up for the content that people put out
already. Yeah, and that's confirmed. That's confirmed for the early access as well. They said in the early access, you will be able to play all the content people created in the beta.
So that was the plan for Sony.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Everybody time to make a whole bunch of shit. So when people pick this game up, there's going to be a ton of content already out there from the beta.
They released a number. It was like 31,000 creations, maybe a bit over that.
That right there that's going to make it worth the cost of the game right there, because of how much shit is already going to be waiting for you when you get there.
Hey, yeah, Jay, what I was thinking about when I was saying that, bro, like the thing is, like, if Kojima games come out this year late, the reason I can't see The Last of Us 2 coming out, man, because I don't think they would want those two games around, because those are holiday type games.
I understand, but you got to remember the holiday is not only December anymore. The holiday hasn't been December for a long time. The holiday starts right before November, and
I was thinking.
And then
like,
you got to remember, look at Call of Duty over the last couple years. They haven't brought their Call of Duty games out in November. They've been bringing some of their games out in October. So if The Last of Us comes out at the end of October, that's pretty much a November game. Nobody's gonna bring a game out in December and hope that it sells, because you have to have the game out before Christmas for it to be a gift for Christmas. You get what I'm saying? So that game has to come out before the holiday seasons for parents and cousins and uncles to give that gift by December. So, at the end of October is a good day. That's a good time to bring out the game.
That's a good day, but I'm saying you can see Sony putting. Now we're gonna take between. Let's say 2-3 weeks before Thanksgiving until December 16th, right? You think that's a good enough time span? You think Tony would put both of those games out in between that time? I just can't see them putting both of at least one of those. The Kojima's game and
I don't think Kojima's game is going to be anywhere between September and October. I think that game is safe to say this summer, because it seems like it's more ready than The Last of Us. And look at this. This is a AAA game right here. This is Judgment. And this game's coming out this summer. They have not confirmed a delay. And then we got Lost Soul Aside, which is also confirmed for this year. It's going to happen. I know it sounds crazy to some people, but there are going to be a lot of freaking games coming out this year. And it might be a little crowded, but that's what you need if you're going to make sure you go past 100 million console sales. Now, I see Days Gone can help Sony get way closer to 100 million, or probably surpass it in April, because my forecast is still by E3, Sony reaches 100 million.
You think it's coming out this year?
So I definitely believe The Last of Us is coming out this year. That October, you got to remember, Last of Us, yes, you just said it earlier. It seems like a zombie game. Comes out at the end of October, but not October 31st. Is a perfect time. It comes out before Halloween. That's a perfect time to bring out The Last of Us. However, when you're bringing out The Last of Us and knowing it's going to keep the multiplayer aspect as it always has, we are also going to be talking about some sort of a potential multiplayer beta to get the servers on track. So we are going to get an announcement before.
Well, we didn't get beta for the first one, though, did we?
Yeah, but this is the age of beta, so I expect them to do that. That could bring a lot more hype into it.
Also, I think Sony will probably start flooding us with information about the PS5 once they hit that 100 million on the PS4.
That's definite. That's definitely gonna happen. Remember that pattern I thought I saw remember we got the information for Dreams, and it was on the anniversary of the reveal of the PS4, but we didn't get anything. I think Sony is gonna stay patient, and they're definitely gonna give us information based on the milestone of sales, not the milestone of what games are about to come out or getting revealed. Because everything needs its time at this point in time.
I think they would have given us more crumbs if they would have already hit the 100 million. I think if they reveal their information right now, it's going to slow down the sales of the PS4 because people are going to hang on to their money for the PS5.
By the way, this game right here you're looking at, PS4 exclusive. This is what I like right here. You see this shit? Y'all been watching this? Like, this is wild right here. This is wild. They got a lot of EX skills. And to think that this game is coming out this year when, Days Gone and The Last of Us is coming out, it's just crazy, right? But it's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of great games coming out this year. I mean,
the violence in some of those Yakuza type games is over the top.
The reason why I like this one is because it's set in modern day Japan. It's not like back in the day. It's not the 60s, not the 80s, not the 90s. It's the 2000s. Look at this shit.
Hey man, you know what I found so funny, and this is not trying to take a shot or throw shade on Xbox guys. It's like every time, PlayStation guys do a show, man, we talk about so many fucking games that's not just games, period, but exclusive games that's coming. It's so many that we be in here. I know y'all because I be like, damn, I don't have enough money to get all these fucking games, and they be over there wondering when the fuck they gonna see one game.
I wanted to talk to people about Days Gone because it's weird that some people don't know what Days Gone is and confuses it with The Last of Us. I think that's out of pure ignorance because they've released a 10-minute gameplay when the game got revealed. It was longer than Horizon. It was longer than God of War. It was 10 minutes of gameplay. People knew what they were going to get. We're going to watch this. This is from 2016, by the way.
And even if it was a zombie game, I was still intrigued by the waves and waves and waves of zombies that came at him. So at some point, you're going to get overwhelmed in that game. At
exactly.
Some point,
but do you see this? This is what they revealed in 2016 from Days Gone. And yes, the game looks pretty similar to what they revealed in this tech demo. And it looks a little bit better too. But it's a lot different because it is open world. That's what changes it from The Last of Us. And yes, it's going to be gritty, but it's going to be out there. And that's what I'm really going to like. But they're not 100% zombies. They have a little bit different patterns. You got a lot of different shit to do. And I can't wait to figure out
how they hibernate.
Yeah. I want to figure out how the infection started on this game. And it's look, there's a lot of zombie games out there, but the origins of how this bullshit plague has started is always different in every game. So I definitely can't wait.
And then people got to remember that these are not these they're not, they don't even call these zombie, they call them freakers because they're not dead.
And they got
these
a lot
people
of
are still alive
too.
because infected.
So are they like mutants?
Yeah, they're mutants, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I
They're
know
not
how a zombie drinking water.
Because they're a lot faster than any type of normal zombies I've saw. A lot faster.
Yeah. That's the thing. They only infected. They're not dead. They just they infected. But I just, man, it's like I said, man, it's so many games that's coming out exclusive. Like
I can see that the game got a dramatic upgrade from this tech demo. You know, looks a lot better than this tech demo, and it's hard to believe that this game looks better than anything I saw on Xbox all generation, and this is just a tech demo.
That's like saying anything on the Xbox One X. It's crazy how like games on a vanilla PlayStation just look really fucking good because the studios that are, you know, whatever engine they're doing, they're using, whether it's their own or whether it's like a third party like Unreal, they somehow are able to utilize that engine beyond its fucking measures of previous games that have used it. This is on the Unreal Engine 4, right? Like that's ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, and the funny thing is, it looks way better now. Like, it looks way better than this now. This is 2016.
And you know what I found out? You know what I found funny about that day? Remember when they first showed that? They showed it. It was the second game they showed right after God of War, and then later on they showed gameplay. That was I found that kind of funny. I was like, why did they do that?
Sony is on a mission right now, bro. They're on a mission of redemption.
The rumors behind that was the fact that apparently Last of Us was supposed to be the last game to be shown, but they had to well, not can it, but they had to substitute in
Okay. Yeah, because that was kind of funny. They showed it. They showed like a 2-minute clip, and then they showed gameplay when the show was over. And I was like, wow, I wonder why they did that. So, but it was a good display, though. Great display.
Can't believe it's the same engine that power stated the game, man. This is like night and day.
I know, right?
Don't say that. Don't say that, man, because you know there's game fans saying, "Oh, how that game looked like that fucking game." But, yeah, all right, man, no problem. Same concept.
Sony Studios, man, they're on another level.
Yeah, they Sony is on a whole nother level.
They're on a whole nother level.
I have not seen that sort of numbers since like the freaker numbers, like how many fucking characters are on screen since like God of War. That's
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely. Yeah, they definitely know, man.
Yeah, when I saw this shit, I was like, at this point in time, when I saw it, I was like, they could have brought this game out right then and there. But of course they got that polish. They got a good amount of polish now. Right now in 2019.
Yeah, they want to win awards with this game.
Yeah,
like this isn't just like a good game. They want this to stand out.
I just like all the shit you can do. Like it's definitely different than Last of Us. You can make like C4 packs and it's a lot of different things, bro. I just hate when people just automatically say, "Oh, it's a zombie game. It's The Last of Us." You can say that about Resident Evil if that's the way people are going. Last of Us same as Resident Evil because it's a zombie game. That's. I just hate when people say that. Every game is different, no matter if they have similar type of enemies.
Generalization.
It's really really lazy. Like I can say fucking Gears of War is the same as fucking State of Decay. They're both third person. They're both shooting shit.
I don't think that was
by that logic.
Hey, hey Jay, if you don't mind, I'd like to respond to somebody in the chat real quick.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
This at Eddie Williams, he asked me to take a look at a PlayStation VR game called Project Boundary. I wanted to let him know that I took a look at that trailer, and that is a day one purchase for me. I think this is a PlayStation exclusive through the China Hero Project. With Sony, and oh my God, this game looks so good. I don't know how the hell this game is going to run on the PlayStation VR because of how good it looks. If you guys
talking about that space game.
Yeah, that Project Boundary, that looks amazing.
Let me go take a look at that real quick.
That trailer looked like damn near some 4K.
Oh, we haven't got to none of the topics today, but I just want everybody to understand. No, we haven't. I just want everybody to understand. Yeah, we haven't got to none of the topics. These aren't on the topics. But before we get to, I want to. No, I got
this is an Xbox podcast. This shit will be done and dusted. We'll be saying our fucking outros. Sure, it will be, man.
Before we get started with any of the topics, I do want to give a big shout out to Dirty Mike and the boys and P Sanchez. Dirty Mike and the boys supported me with the Cash App donation of $20. And
that's the one right there, Jay.
Right there.
Yep.
This one. Okay. So yeah, like I said, big shout out to Dirty Mike and the boys. We have Super Chat, guys. I also have Cash App. All the money is going into making sure we get all these games and make sure I get all the games so I can put this gameplay up on this YouTube channel because there's going to be a lot of games. Yes, this is a China Hero project. Let me see. When was this shown off? Oh, this was the China Hero project of 2017.
Man, this game looks amazing. How this game is going to look this good on PlayStation VR is beyond me.
Bro, we got a China Hero project this week coming up, right? So you got to get even more games. It's about to be wild, man. It's about to be wild.
First, this is definitely a day one
PS5 game, right?
That looks like a PS5 game, bro.
Yeah.
These graphics look amazing.
That's what I was saying,
this is VR only? This is only for the VR?
That's what I'm guessing. And I like that looks better than a bunch of the games that I've seen on Oculus. So I'm wondering how the hell is this going to be possible for us?
This is what I'm saying from what we heard. Everything that's coming exclusively to China, Sony is no longer going to keep it only in China anymore. They're putting it out on every other territory. That means these games will come to the United States and the UK. That means PlayStation has a new level of exclusives that we might have not had before.
Look at that destruction, too.
Way better than Crackdown.
Shapes, not perfectly geometric hexagon shit that we've seen on Crackdown 3.
Damn, bro.
Hey, man, that's what I be saying. Like, man, this shit is crazy, man. I can't pay for all this shit. God damn.
I know, man. Like I said, guys, all of the donations is going into making sure I get these games so you guys can see them. Because I know a lot of people might not get these games day one, but I want to make sure that I get the majority of these games.
No, that's
a
just
lot of
shit. PlayStation VR. No, I swear to God.
It's more. They got more. It's like a 7-minute video. This is deep.
I would lose my mind if I put that VR headset on, and that's what I see.
Look at this shit. Is it competitive multiplayer?
No. I remember a lot of people said how much PSVR was gonna flop. It wasn't gonna do anything, man. Like I'm sorry, bro. This shit's a sleeper, man.
I like that Microsoft. It seems that they're waiting until next gen to put out any type of VR support, and they're gonna be looking like a dick rider, bro.
I have to. That's the one part I might have to disagree with. We know that those consoles are not going to sell next generation because Microsoft has given you every reason not to buy those consoles. So to me, it would almost seem like a waste of money to get in VR unless they're going to form a partnership with somebody and let them do all the work.
Can I just say how many of you think, right, in the next few years, right? I'll make a prediction. I think it might happen. I think that Microsoft, in a few years' time, right after the next gen is over, I feel like Microsoft are gonna pivot towards a service-based sort of system than a console-based system. I think that's what they're gonna do.
I think we all know that's gonna happen, Adam.
I think, I know that, man. They're obviously they're doing nods here and there, man. But like, I'm saying like the complete.
Okay, so before you get started talking about how much you admire your own foot. We're gonna talk. We're gonna show off Rambo Fantasy, and the reason why I want to show off this portion, I showed it off before, but we have to show it off again, full screen. Everybody, take a look at this. Because it starts out with the main character looking at you, and you're like, "Oh man, this game looks good. It's a cutscene, but it's not a cutscene."
I got to have this game, man.
This game is. This reminds me of this game called Radiata Stories. It was created by Square Enix on the PS2. It had similar type of art style, and you would have always thought that it was like some sort of cutscene, but it wasn't. It was just the way the art style looked, and it's just gonna be an amazing game. This is a free-form Japanese RPG, action RPG. When you see an enemy, you get to engage the enemy. And you have a group with you of 4 players. I'm not sure if it has any online capabilities, but from what I see right now, it's going to be one of those type of Japanese games I think we've been waiting for since the PS2. PS2 put out so many amazing ones, and it gives me a little bit of a feeling of Neo Kuni Part 1 on the PS3 with this art style that tells a story, an anime type story, and it's believable because they have some pretty impressive set pieces here.
And the most important part is made by Platinum Games.
Yes, made by Platinum Games. So this is another PlayStation exclusive.
It's a good AAA RPG or JRPG.
Yeah, another one, bro. When you see those set pieces, you're gonna be blown away. Again, you looking at this shit like, oh man, that's cinematics. All of it's in game. All of this is a part of the in-game engine.
Wow.
Look at that destruction. Way better than Crackdown. Oh,
when can you see this game come out?
Guys, I think we're going to have a couple of the topics, but some of these topics might not be talked about because this is what the PlayStation Legion is about. I like helping our gamers in our PlayStation community. Whether you're on Twitter or you're on Twitch or anywhere else, I want you guys to know about this information because we got people, no offense, we got people like Porter Rock that might think this game is garbage, so he completely disregards it and won't let any of you guys know it exists. We also have individuals like Weapon Will, or what's his name? Broken Games. We got Broken Games that, again, he might call this game garbage and won't let anybody know about it. And I think that's bullshit. No, but I think about it, bro. Not letting other gamers know that games exist, that's hurting us. You know, just because you think a game is garbage, that's hurting us, man.
Did he call them Broken Wheel?
They think it's garbage. They saying that because
that's what he called himself. I guess his name Mr. Weapon Wheel or Broken Games. I knew about this nigga since last generation when he was promoting fucking headsets. He was already selling out. So I'm not a big fan of selling out. But look at this action. Again, you see the monster, you fight the monster. It's not turn-based. It's freeform. Again, I know a lot of Nintendo fans are hyping up the shit they're getting this year. You might want to look out, man. You might want to fucking look out.
Is that definitely
got
this year?
Bangers. This is definitely this year.
All right.
We got a confirmation about a week ago. He said he wants this one out, and it's a fighting game with these characters. It's a Grand Blue Fantasy fighting game they're also bringing out at the same time this year.
Yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy.
What is it called?
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Look at that.
Remember,
the monsters come down at any time where you're at. Like, they were just opening a chest, and the monster came out of nowhere, the same area of the chest. And you're just fucking up the monster wherever he is. And so it's so dynamic, you know? Some games, they...
And Jay, if you look up the information, man, it's co-op too. It's co-op and you can play by yourself. Yeah, it's co-op and you can play by yourself.
That's a confirmation from Big Money right there, people. This game has online co-op. Look at that limit break right there. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Now, this is gameplay from a live stream. Not my live stream. This is gameplay from somebody else's live stream. So it's not as clear as it should be looking. But I can't wait for us to see those direct feed gameplays. Man, such a great game.
I can't wait.
I wanted to show off. I wanted to skip forward to this. It was like a set piece or some shit like that. No. Where's the set piece at? Oh, the set piece is right here. This is the set piece right here. Again, look at that shit. It looks like a cartoon. It looks like it's not even in game, but this just, bro, gaming has gotten to a level where they can definitely clearly tell your story without any cinematics anymore. Everything can be in game.
This is based on a mobile game, right?
That right
Yeah,
there,
this is based on a mobile game.
Like, look a little bit cartoonish, but that environment looks damn near real.
Look at this set piece right here. You don't see set pieces like this on Japanese games a lot.
Yeah, man, this shit here, man. I just hope don't nobody sleep on this game, man.
Oh, they gonna sleep on it. We already know that shit. They gonna sleep on it.
Here, but you know a game like that gonna blow up in Japan.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, man. Oh, hell yeah. This game is definitely gonna blow up in Japan. Damn, man. We're gonna go to one more game, then we're gonna start talking about just a few of the topics. And you already know what game that is. That's Earth Defense Force Iron Rain. The reason why I wanted to show off, I know, right? The reason why I wanted to show off Earth Defense Force Iron Rain is because people sleeping on that. This game is a PlayStation exclusive. It's coming out April 11th. It's not that far away.
It's right around the corner.
Yep, right around the fucking corner. Sure. So,
left a lot of mark.
Hey, man, you know, I was thinking that game would be so cool in VR too if it had VR support.
So since you went ahead and said that, Big Money, you gonna go ahead and take the leap and get on board with VR? You gonna highlight that PlayStation VR?
Remember, I had one. I had took mine back, man. I don't think I can't mess with it, man. My stomach, it fucked with my stomach. I don't know what it is, bro.
All you have to do is drink ginger ale before you play, and you will not get sick.
Okay, y'all looking at this? Y'all looking at this? This is important. Make sure you look at this because I know Adam sucks, so he might be distracting you. But look at this motherfucker destroy this fucking building. You see the different phases of destruction for the building? The glass popped out and now it's crumbling. Now, this is single player portion, but the game does have 2-player story mode co-op and I think 8-player online co-op for online missions. The game is dope, but again, I've said this and I showed this scene right here. It's not bragging about the fact that everything is destructible, but it can be destructible. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I think the biggest problem with Crackdown was. I don't think they should have been bragging about the destruction. They should have been bragging about the fun.
I think, didn't you show me this trailer, Jay? There was an explosion and some cars went flying, and that was the one thing that like caught my eye. If that I remember correctly, when those cars went flying, to pay attention to details like that, because these cars was sitting on all 4 wheels, but then when they exploded, they went flying sideways.
Yeah, I have an earlier version of Earth Defense Force 4.1, and I was destroying some buildings. I had no idea. Like, they were like skyscrapers. There was one that looked like it was still being worked on, and I just kept shooting it with my rocket launcher. Didn't think it was gonna like crumble, and it did, man. And it was just it was dope.
These games?
And
Yeah, this is multiplayer. This game has multiplayer for 4-player co-op. I think it might be expanded to 8-player.
I got to throw my little twist in there because I don't think the current hardware can handle it. But next generation, a game like this on PlayStation VR, well, holy shit!
Exactly. Did you play the Kingdom Hearts VR? Because that was free.
No, I didn't. I mean, that's like, man, I'm starting to get overwhelmed with VR games now.
I know, man. Like Sony's doing a lot better support for VR than anybody anticipated, and I think that I know we got the news that PS Vita is pretty much all but gone. I need to go get me a slim one. I still have my launch Vita, and it still works perfectly. But the Vita didn't get a lot of credit. You know, I wish we could take a big moment of silence for that amazing system, but it did shit that the Switch is doing, and the Switch is getting credit for it. But the Vita is not getting credit for any of the shit that happened, you know, and this is pretty.
But I think some of that is by Sony's own doing, by not marketing that Vita.
I think in the beginning, and I remember because I was there, in the beginning they marketed the fuck out of it. They had Call of Duty, they had Uncharted, they had the God of Wars that were on there. You know, they had backwards compatibility with the PS1 and PSP titles. They have games, and they still have indie developers that are putting games on the store for it. But after a certain amount of time, they gave up because people gave up on it. It was like developers.
The pricing of it, man, killed it, man. I
think at the time, yes, but you got to remember that system is pretty much doing exactly what the Switch is doing. You know, a lot of those games were 720p, and some of them were 1080i.
I'm talking about Vita itself. I'm talking about the what did they call it? The memory.
Oh,
that's what they
proprietary,
yeah, that shit was
terrible, man. The big thing about Earth Defense Force this time is, as you can see, you get grades, you get this currency at the end. There's no microtransactions, by the way, but there's currency in the game that allows you to buy different types of guns and stuff like that. So they Americanized it a lot more than other Earth Defense Forces, so much so that it's not taking place in Japan anymore. It's taking place in the United States in San Francisco, as you can see by the city.
Is it multiplayer?
Yes, it's multiplayer. Earth Defense Force has always been online multiplayer. This is one of the
microtransactions?
No microtransactions.
Well, go ahead, Sony shit.
Yeah, no, the game's always been out there. The game's been out since last generation. You know, it's just only this generation they've only kept it. They've been keeping it multiplied. Keeping it exclusive because it didn't sell on Xbox 360 last gen. So this is just a montage right here, if you can see it, of all the different Earth Defense Forces. You know, and even back then it was the buildings. You know, they were getting destroyed by ants or and I mean, might not look the best. It hasn't aged well, but the fact of the matter is, oh, look at this one. What's this one about?
Yeah, that looked like a cheap Godzilla movie.
Yeah, yeah. But they got other shit like tanks. They got tanks in here. It's just it's a game that continues to be made. It doesn't take itself seriously, and even though it gets bad scores sometimes, they still make the games, man. And that's one thing I got respect about this developer, man. It's a funny game, man. But definitely, I really can't wait for the newest one that I showed you earlier. The graphics are a lot better, but it's still funny as shit. Okay, guys.
$60 game.
The new one is. Yeah,
right.
The new one is. The older ones aren't. The 4.1, you can get that for $20. Some of the other ones you can get for $20. The game was on a Vita as well, by the way. Like this was one of them was on a Vita, one was on PSP. You know.
But I just don't be out. Don't nobody sleep.
It's a lot of games. It's a lot of games, and that's what I want to point out. We have a lot of games coming out this year, whether they're big, small, funny, or serious. We got a lot of those, and hopefully we can get some funny and childish games. So I'm looking for, I mean, Dreams can handle that. I mean, I think Dreams would be a good mix to give it to kids, let them mess around with that game and create some crazy stuff. Medieval, I really hope that game comes out this year. I would really want. They said it was coming out this year, So I hope they can keep it coming out this year. But
get ready, y'all. Get ready.
So many, so many fucking games.
The log jam starts at the end of this month with MLB The Show.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
what I'm saying, man. Like, how the fuck we supposed to pay for all this shit, Sony? God, bro, like,
look, man, I gotta save for a lot of different shit.
Yeah,
but,
like, geez.
I need these games to go on pre-order. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't have a release date at this point, but at least let me to pre-order these games and knock them out before the rest of them come in. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting for Days Gone to go up on pre-order for a long fucking time, bro. 2016, it got revealed in June of 2016. It's 2019. We just got the availability to pre-order in the beginning of this year, you know. But it's crazy, man. So. Like, yeah, I've been wanting to pre-order that game.
Out last year, man. I really thought it was gonna come out last year. I really thought it was gonna come out
bro.
Last year.
It could have came out 2017. The game seemed like it could have been ready as is, but you know, I'm glad they put an extra polish on it. You already know PlayStation is held to a different standard. They're always under this microscope that they can't get it from under, and that's because we know they have better games this gen than anybody else. We know it. Whether it's story or graphics or gameplay, these are award-winning studios. I think every studio that's making these big games has already have tons of awards underneath its belt. Media Molecule has a lot of awards. Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, Sony Santa Monica. Bro, we got way more awards than anybody Microsoft got right now, bro. That's some serious shit.
I've always said, man, if you took the top 10 studios in this world, Sony gonna have at least 6 or 7 spots of their studios, man. You take the top studios, the top 10, Sony gonna have at least 6 of their studios in the top 10. Because they that fucking good. That good.
Yeah, that was another good. Thanks, Gentleman Gamer. Freedom Wars and Soul Sacrifice. Those were PS Vita exclusive, similar to the Monster Hunter type of formula. 4-player online co-op going after big enemies. And they were pretty damn good games. And they were made by Sony. Those were Sony in-house games. And I wish they would just remaster them, put them on PS4 for the, for PlayStation gamers to play. We do have some games like that. This game is similar to Persona. It's called The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. 1 and 2 are coming to the PS4. It's confirmed to be 4K 60. That is 4K 60 combined, not you have to do some dumb shit. No, it's 4K 60 steel box art. I'm gonna go get that information for you. Yeah, I used to play The Legend of Heroes back in the day on the PSP. It was one of my favorite fucking games of all time. It had these 2D sprites, but the environment was 3D. And this is what it looked like back in the day. I've been a big fan of this series, made by Bandai back in the day on the PSP. So the game's always been semi-PlayStation exclusive. They have started to spread this series to the PC, but as we already know, they don't really play this game that much.
You said by Bandai?
Yeah, by Bandai. Now the game is being published by Xseed and Marvelous and whoever they can get to publish the game. I wanted to go get that quote for the 4K 60 because it's always like we have a lot of games that are 4K. We have games that are 4K 60, but nobody wants to talk about them. Okay, I want to go to an unbiased website. There we go. I was about to go to. I don't like to go to Push Square because sometimes they put out some clickbait bullshit, and I'm not a big fan of that. So as we got right here, Gear Nuke is confirming Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 are coming to the PS4. They will be 4K, 60 frames per second. They have some sort of turbo mode. Also, the game was also on PS3 and Vita, so you can transfer your game saves. So wherever you were at on the Vita or PS3, you can transfer your game saves and continue where you were. This is what the box art looks like. It's similar to Persona in the way that there's a lot to do, but the art style is of its own. But there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do in those type of games. So if you've been waiting for a Japanese RPG, this game 1 and 2 is coming to the PS4. It's not going to the Nintendo Switch so far that I see. It's not going to Xbox. It's already on PC. But if you've been waiting for another reason to get a PS4, and if you're coming from the Vita or you're coming from the PS3, this game is coming over. So again,
they're not going to be at E3, but they have this crap load of content that we can't even.
There we go. That's this is what we're talking about. They have so many games.
Rest in peace, VR.
It's just crazy. It's a phenomenon. The PS4 is a fucking phenomenon right now, man.
It's gonna be the PS2 all over again. I think y'all remember. You know, I joined a little bit late with the PS2, but I think some people remember. You end up going to GameStop, seeing that big ass wall of games, and it's like, what the fuck am I gonna buy? You know, like I might not have the money. Now we're dealing with, at an older age. We're all dealing with time. How much time are we gonna have to play these games? You know.
Yeah, this is the very definition of let your nuts hang. Sony is letting their nuts hang. Seriously, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
It's incredible.
Then you add in the VR
never
stuff if
get
you're
enough,
into it.
man. And they just keep. This is the very definition of what the fans want. I don't see what's so hard for Microsoft to understand. What do you? Let me think. What do I make for my video game system? Video games, motherfucker. Video games.
Exactly.
And that's all Sony doing.
So, guys, this is what the gameplay looks like. It is going to be turn-based, but like I said, it has its own type of gameplay, art style. But, yeah, it has robots and different mechs and all types of wild shit. But, yeah, it's very chinky. But, yeah, I mean, PlayStation, again, still the king, has all different types. It has an open world type of area map. You can go through the town and go to the school, go inside a lot of buildings and stuff. So, again, you don't see these type of games that much on Xbox. You might have similar games on Nintendo Switch, but not to the graphics. It's clearly not a good example of the graphics because it's a blurry-ass fucking video. But imagine this graphics a little bit better than this. But a lot of shit to do. You don't get a lot of these types of games this gen, so it's pretty good that this game came from the Vita and it's on the PS4. It's going to be 4K 60. Really, I really wanted to continue.
They're relentless with this content at this point, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just too much at this. Oh, by the way, that was okay. This is where it's getting crazy. This is Trails of Cold Steel 3. This is a PS4 exclusive. Now, we're getting part 1 and 2 that was from the Vita. Part 3 is only on the PS4. So that's three of the same game series coming out this year. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I look, every time I hear a lot of Nintendo fans that say, oh, we got this. I will not deny that Nintendo has a lot of games coming out this year. I cannot deny that. But PlayStation has games that not even the fans know they have. I forgot all about that they had part 3 coming out to the PS4 this year.
Well, Jay, let me ask you a quick question right before you get to the next topic. Really, I want to ask all of y'all the same thing. With all the content that Sony has coming out for the PS4, what is the area you guys think they're lacking in? Because I got multiplayer. I'm talking about like far as the different type of games, because I'm thinking like they got so many third-person games. I think they're lacking in the first-party area. And that's just me.
Oh, the first person.
You mean like a shooter?
First person.
Yeah, first-person shooter. Everything that they got is like third person.
Yeah. I think they stayed away from that because they're gonna bring it back next gen. And at this point in time, we can't ask them to put out anything first person because we know. What
games do you have? Like, I mean, apart from Killzone and Resistance were the big ones, yeah. Obviously at the beginning of PlayStation 2, they had Time Splitters, but then obviously it went to.
I want y'all to think of something I just was thinking of right now. What if they bring back Warhawk, but give you the ability of first person? And what if more games in the PS5 era give you the option of the camera angles? I know that Battlefield does it, and it does it in a very simple way. It's very, very awesome how they do it, where you can switch between first person and third person anytime you want. And do you think that more game developers should have that in their games? Because look, Kingdom Hearts did it. With part 1, but then in part 2 of Kingdom Hearts, they allowed you to stay in first person and fight in first person in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, I don't know how it is in Kingdom Hearts 3 because I don't go in first person that much. I know they have a camera now, but yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 2, they allowed you to play in first person and gave you that ability to do that. So yeah, it would be awesome for more developers that give that camera angle, because it's not always because, oh, we just like third person, but maybe because that's how they want to tell their story.
No, you're giving us more choices. That's never a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a big.
And you know what I think the question is, Jay? Like, is it hard to do that? Because I'm not a developer.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think it should be hard. I mean, look, think about it this way. You can program photo mode into most of these games that are coming out, even the third-party games like Devil May Cry 5 has photo mode, and I think it's going to be a very good photo mode. You have Division 2 has photo mode, even though everything's always moving because it doesn't stop time, but it still has photo mode. There are tons of games that are now having photo modes that are not PlayStation exclusive, but nobody can do photo mode like Sony exclusive. But if you can do photo mode, and that means you have control of the camera, I don't see why you couldn't do first person.
I wonder if Death Stranding will have that, since he used it for MGS4.
Death Stranding. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting.
The CD Projekt Red's doing that now. They did it with the Rockstar's just doing it in all their games. So
yeah, that was smart. I liked it. What Rockstar did. That's a prime example. Giving you the ability to do first person and third person anytime you want. And very flawless. Yeah. It really does change the gameplay.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Well, let's get to some of the topics because we didn't cover shit. Like, I think we're just talking, and sometimes we might just get in here and we might just talk. But let's go through some of this. We got 8,000 topics. We already talked about the PS Vita ending its production in UK and in Japan, and officially ending its production permanently, because Japan was the last country, and still, and this is confirmed all the time, the Vita still sells more than the Xbox One. No matter what fucking month or week it is, the Vita shits on Xbox One in Japan.
That's crazy.
This is something we didn't talk about. How did you guys hear about the Xbox One privacy breach, where they were giving out people's personal information, credit card details, first and last name, shit like that? It happened this week. It happened this past week. Did you hear about it? Nobody heard about it?
I heard about something like that like ages ago.
Yeah.
They must have
happened recently.
I don't know what's with Xbox, man. They've been getting a lot of breaches, network shutdowns more than PlayStation have, which is to me it's quite surprising.
You're better off with the 360, man. It's better in all areas. Even network infrastructure.
Dogmatic logic there, man.
Everything like the messaging, the party chat, the security. It's just
don't like Xbox One? Get yourself a 360. Like, what the fuck?
Thanks for the advice.
Oh, okay, so we're going to pass on to that because it must have not been widespread for anybody to really talk about. It was one of those little bumps. You know how they have like a little bump where it's an outage or some dumb shit like that? It was another one of them bumps. It doesn't last long, but it was there. Cyberpunk 2077 release date at E3. Now, the developer has confirmed they're going to E3. And of course, we already know they're gonna have their own stage, or they're gonna team up with Microsoft, and that's what we're seeing. So they're gonna team up with Microsoft. What do you expect for the release date? You think it could be one of those games that hinder big games like The Last of Us at the end of this year, that will force The Last of Us to join 2020 with Ghost of Tsushima?
Think of the other way around.
You think it'll be the other way around? You think?
No, I think Last of Us will be if it is, Last of Us will be this year. They will be next year in March.
So you think Cyberpunk would go to this new area? Okay, yeah, because that seems to be the new area for everybody now. Because PlayStation got a lot of popularity for bringing their games out in the beginning of the year.
When did Witcher 3 come out, man? That's what you gotta understand as well. Let me have a look for you. That was May 19th, 2015. So like, I mean, prime. That's a prime month, like, to bring out a game, especially of that caliber, because most games take a break around that time because you got E3 at that point. Normally until like maybe late August, September, where you start seeing more releases. I think Cyberpunk will be next year, man. Like, I don't know. I don't see that game coming out this year.
I'm gonna hold my judgment on that because that's one of the games I was thinking. I got like 3 or 4 games I think that's gonna be cross-gen, and that's one of them.
Yeah,
got no doubt.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely gonna be a cross-gen game. So it could come out next year, but it might not come out in the beginning. It might be ready for a next-gen system. So it's called Cyberpunk 2077. It's definitely gonna come out in 2020, and it should be ready for next-gen consoles. I think we need to all do away with, and not just the gamers, not our way of thinking about these new games and these developers, but the developers and the gaming industry. We need to do away with the fact that when you bring out a new gaming console, you have to have mediocre experiences for the first console adopters. You don't have to have bad games for your launch titles. You can have some good games. I think they need to work on, everybody needs to work on boosting these next generation consoles with great gaming experience at launch. I don't see why you have to have this mediocre bullshit. You don't have to do that shit. Moving on. Will the Xbox One ever have a game like MLB The Show 2019?
No. I'm taking this.
No.
I'm taking this. I'm not gonna lie. When the PS2 came out, when the PS2 first launched, I was really pissed off at Sony because I thought they had deliberately created a shortage of PS2s to drive up the demand. I had heard something about some kind of warehouse catching on fire where the chips were kept.
I heard about that.
And that supposedly caused the shortage. I felt like Sony was lying about it, and they created a false shortage to drive up demand because people was damn near about to kill each other for the PS2 when it first came out. It was also the first console to have a DVD player in it. So I was mad at Sony that whole generation. And I was mad at them at the beginning of the third, PlayStation 3 generation because they started out arrogant as fuck with this console costing $600. But a friend said, look, he said, give it a try, especially after they came out with the 40 gig PlayStation and they adjusted the price and all that kind of stuff. A friend said, give it a try. He said, get MLB The Show. And I got it, and I've been hooked ever since. And Microsoft, the last time they had an exclusive baseball game was Inside Pitch that was on the first generation of Xboxes when they had their own lineup of sports games. I think with Inside Blitz with Peyton Manning on the front of it, Inside Drive with Vince Carter on the front of it, Inside Pitch. And it was the first baseball game that I ever played online. No, it's not. Scratch that. I played MLB 2K on the Dreamcast online. That was the first one. But in any case, the 360 generation, I think, was the beginning of the end for Microsoft of them coming out with their own, lineup of games, because they had a shitload of games on the first generation Xbox. But slowly but surely during the 360 generation, those games started disappearing when they were relying on marketing deals with third-party publishers. I hope Sony never relinquishes that MLB license.
No, yeah, that's the smartest thing I've heard. Yeah, that's the very true statement. It doesn't look like they ever are, because not only is the game selling well, the game looks amazing.
Selling better than ever.
I'm not a baseball fan, but those graphics are realistic.
Gentleman Gamer, they do not need to take a break from MLB for a while. No. That is the most realistic baseball game out there. It is the best looking. It is the best looking sports game out there. It looks better than Madden. The realism, the detail, people's hair blowing in the wind, and that kind of stuff. So much detail in that game. Hell no, they better not.
They finally fixed the broadcasting, which was my main issue with it.
My soul would be empty if they took a break from that game.
Lincoln, that team is so fucking talented. Can you imagine them making a football game? They will blow Madden out the fucking.
Oh, absolutely. That's why Madden hurry up and get up off that damn license, because I think they the only ones that's holding some kind of license that they need to get rid of.
Yeah, they can't afford to do that, because man, it's gonna be people after they ass. I guarantee you. I was thinking Sony can do a college football game, because ain't nobody. But I know they still got that thing going on with the lawsuit.
Larson, unlike most MCU flicks.
Adam.
What the hell?
What are you watching, Adam? You watching some porno or something? What's going on, buddy?
Becoming Captain Marvel and explain why.
Adam.
Yeah,
Mr. Morris.
Adam. You can hear your advertisement.
We're hearing
buddy.
your erotica.
Also, before we go on to the next game, I want to let everybody know in this chat that when MLB, this show comes out, I will be taking on all comers. So if you think you want to get that work and you want a piece of me, get a hold of me.
Day one, Lincoln. Day one.
Yeah, Sam told me that y'all got a game supposed to be coming up. Sam told me about that game that's coming up. Wait to see that.
You know, Sam can't play video games. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
Talk about yourself, JayTech.
But Boca Loca, I want to wait until the new one comes out before we.
So, guys, this is the original picture right here. This is the original picture from Destination PlayStation. And when the guy was on stage, I can't really make out who it is. It's definitely not Sean Layden. But when he was on stage and this popped up, I think everybody understood this is their last stuff for PS4. Yes, it will be cross-gen. It has to be, because the backwards compatibility that Sony's gonna be focused on next gen. So yeah, all of this is gonna be cross-gen. We don't have to worry about that. But this is the last big hit for I believe for the 2019 fiscal year, right? That means Ghost of Tsushima is definitely going to be in December. Not December, in the winter of 2020. That means The Last of Us comes out October. Days Gone already has April. That means Death Stranding will be before The Last of Us. That making it a game that will be this summer. And the way that Kojima has been teasing and talking and getting the remainder of his voice acting done for the Japanese cast, that's going to be crazy. Now, remember, that's all he has to do. The game is done. He's doing the remainder of the Japanese voice acting along in the English voice acting, from what I heard, was finished last year, right? Yeah, because Troy Baker and Reedus, they're done all their parts, bro. So he got them out the way first, which is different normally.
Lindsay
Lohan's gonna be in the game.
Lindsay Wilson, I forgot now.
Lindsay Wagner.
Yeah, that's it.
Does anybody know who she is?
I don't know who that is. Who's that?
When I was a kid, there was a show called The $6 Million Man with Lee Majors.
Oh,
that show became such a hit that they made a show called The Bionic Woman. Lindsay Wagner. Yeah. Bionic Woman.
Oh, he's a fan of her. Look, Kojima, I gotta say, bro, I respect him because he is a fan of a lot of famous people and he's reaching out to them. So this is gonna have a all-star cast. Death Stranding might be a weird game, but you might not want to sleep on that shit, man. That game's gonna be movie quality. That shit's gonna get some fucking awards, bro. The talent that they have in that, it's no doubt that game's gonna get a lot of awards, man. You gotta remember, if we're looking at talent, this guy that's the face of Deacon for Days Gone, he's been in lots of different movies. You know, he was in The Force Unleashed. He was the Star Killer in that game. He's known. You got Norman Reedus that's known for The Walking Dead. They have star power. They don't brag about it though, you know. And their games are gonna be something like it's
No, if it was Xbox, they'd be promoting the actors more than the actual game.
Exactly. They're promoting the game, not the actors. He looked familiar to me, but until I searched it and then until the voice actor actually came out, I was like, oh, I know who that guy is now. I was like, oh, okay.
I feel so sorry for Terry Crews, man. I'm like,
I know, right? Like, he didn't even talk about the game after it came out, by the way. Like, I didn't see him talk about it at all.
Talk about that game.
Like,
smart man.
Yeah, very smart. Man.
Hey, but that's probably on him because he probably needed to do the research on that game before he took that role. Because I think I heard, actors and stuff like that say you are defined by the roles you played. So when it comes to video games, people who are hardcore gamers, they will always forever remember this as not one of his more exciting ventures.
This hurts his reputation, by the way, too, because I always thought he was like a B level actor.
I know he didn't need the money. God,
I don't think so.
I don't think he needed the money either. But I'm willing to bet you if he would have went over to the Sony side, they could have built the game around him that would have been much more compelling, a gripping story. Instead of this indie bullshit that they call in Crackdown.
Okay, so we got some dates we need to focus on, people. We're in March. This is going to be one of the biggest months that we have. Now look at this pattern. This is that rolling thunder I used to talk about a couple years ago. Back at a couple years ago, Sony would end up going to E3. Then they would go to the PAX in the summer. Then they would go to Gamescom. Then they would end up going to Tokyo
Game Show.
The Tokyo Game Show. It would be this rolling thunder of events that Sony would keep going to. And we have this new rolling thunder pattern that I'm seeing right here. So we got let me see. We got Game Developers Conference. That's March 18th to the 22nd. Then March 28th to March 31st is the PAX East event. So there's going to be a lot of shit going down this month. And as you already know, we got the China Hero event next week, and the embargo's lifting for Days Gone's previews on Wednesday. There's a lot of shit out to go down in the month of March, man.
And it's going to be nonstop.
It's going to be nonstop information. So I cannot wait. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about Monkey King. You guys heard about Monkey King?
Yeah.
It's a game called Monkey King for the PS4, and it's supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive. It was talked about at China Joy event of last year.
Oh, you know what? I know which game you're talking about now.
Yeah. Now, they have a VR Monkey King, but it's not related to this one, and it's only in Japan or something. I don't know. I saw it
at all like Ape Escape?
Illegal. Just take a look at this real quick.
No, it's from they getting it from. It's a movie or a story about the Monkey King.
Oh, I want y'all to look at it because Adam said he's trying to get in contact with our supporters, Dirty Mike and the boys. But I want to look at this. Take a look at this.
Just a minute, y'all. I'm sorry.
No problem. Here it is. It's called Monkey King. Hero is back. Now it seems to be an open world action adventure game. We need games like this, bro. We need a game like this. And it looks like you can use different objects on the ground and hit people and use it to block and throw it at people. It looks wild, man. I cannot wait for this game. It looks, he got his bamboo stick, got different type of combat arts. Yes, we need these type of games. Like, it's cool. PlayStation 4 is a mature man's console. We understand that, it's going to be a lot of dark, gritty, bloody games. But, yes, every now and then you need a similar title like this. So, it's going to be dope.
Yeah, something that would have came out on Vita or something.
Exactly.
Not bad. It's not bad at all.
So I've heard that game is confirmed. It's going to be coming to the United States as well. When it first got it's 2019 title, as you guys can see right there. Let's go get this mess out. You see right there, it's a 2019 title. Again, PlayStation has more games than we can remember this year. You know, that's big. That's some big shit right there, people. Too many games. Too many games.
These last 3 years, they just been pumping them out like a factory, man. Like game after game.
I might not be able to buy all of these games. I might not even be able to play all of these games, but I definitely want everybody to figure out what game suits your play style. Support it. Trust me, it's going to come a long way. We support these games this gen. We don't know what these developers might be capable of with next generation technology. It's always important to support your developers. I understand that the PC community is cheap. I understand you guys like pirating shit. That's why people don't like giving you games. But over here on PlayStation side, we're going to take different games that we like. We're going to support those games. We're going to buy those games. We're going to pre-order those games because, again, they're going to be great. The developers are going to continue making games for next gen, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do. Got a couple more topics, 8,000 more topics.
I mean, you should mention about PAX East. I mentioned about it earlier on. Obviously, the rumors, they're starting more and more and more that Borderlands 3 is going to be announced. And I said earlier on, I think that's going to be true. I think they're going to announce Borderlands 3, end the generation, sort of like Last of Us, with PS3. I really fucking hope this is true, man.
Adam, can I ask you a question?
Yo.
Did you hear from Dirty Mike and the boys today?
I don't know who the fuck Dirty Mike and the boys are.
Dirty Mike and the boys, bro.
Adam, don't forget your benefactors.
Exactly, bro. They supported us, so we got to support them with a shout out. So can you please give them a shout out? Because $20 is a lot. That's gonna help me buy something this year.
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Dirty Mike and the boys, bro.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Okay, our next topic is Pokemon hype. The original topic was, can Pokemon's movie hype drive sales for the Nintendo Switch? But I deleted that one and I changed it to two different types. Pokemon Sword and Shield announced, and then Pokemon movie hype. But we're going to go into the original topic that I deleted. Do you guys believe Pokemon movie hype can drive the sales of the Nintendo Switch? What do you think?
Wait, what? Say that again?
Do you think Pokemon movie? Do you think the hype of the movie is going to drive the sales of the Nintendo Switch?
Detective Pikachu.
Yes, that one. Because there's another one that I'm about to go find.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, man, definitely. Come on.
We
all saw how Pokemon Go happened, right? When that shit came out, I didn't expect the game. I mean, I expected it to be popular, but to the beyond like what it actually was capable of, like the whatever months it had, I was fucking intrigued. Like I would see people outside trying to catch.
So this is my problem with the video game, right? My problem with the video game was the fact that the 8th generation game that they were promised, it don't look like this. Okay, so oh shit, I'm gonna go back.
So it's called then Strike Mewtwo. Oh, is that the? Oh no, that's the.
Yeah. Okay, so you see the graphics right here. These are some pretty dope graphics. This is a CGI movie that they're gonna bring out in Japan. I think it's gonna end up coming over to the United States as well. This is what you expected the character models and graphics to look like in the video game, right? Now, I told a lot of people, there's an article going around on Twitter that's saying that the PlayStation gamers are begging for Pokemon. I think we all remember Little Big Planet, that they redid the whole 2D Pokemon in Little Big Planet, equipped with Pokemon battles and other shit. I wanted to show that off real quick. He ran around in
one thing. I'm sorry.
No, continue.
I was going to say, if there's one thing I can say, man, far as games, PlayStation gamers ain't begging for shit.
Oh, hell no.
We try to give these motherfuckers away. It's so many of them. Trust me, we ain't begging for a motherfucker.
Hey, good one, Big Money. They are overloaded with games.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I'm telling people about games in this podcast that we didn't even. I kind of fucking forgot was coming out, bro. Like the Legend of Heroes shit, I was just bumbling around this podcast and I remember, oh shit, man, that game comes out. Bro, I don't know how many games I'm buying this year or how many games I'm gonna play or complete this year, but it's wild. My disappointment with Pokemon, right, is that the gameplay should have looked better. This was the new Pokemon, right? And it looks worse than the one they got last year. Now, people gonna hate me, but it's true. It's true. I don't care. The Pokemon last year looks better than the one they showed off this year. The one they showed off this year is like a very, very cel-shaded game. Okay, let me see. Where do they... Let me see. Trying to see what's going on. It kind of hurts my eyes because this game's supposed to come out this year, and this is what they show. So you see this right here, right, guys? And we go back to the Mewtwo Strikes Back. You see these graphics? This is what it was supposed to look like. This is what Pokemon was supposed to look like. You know, it wasn't supposed to look like this shit. You know, I'm confused about what Nintendo fans call quality because, you know, I'm not the biggest Pokemon gamer anymore, but when everybody kept talking about the 8th generation Pokemon game, it wasn't supposed to look like this. It was supposed to look like this. It was supposed to have depth and graphics, and I think they got cheated. But again, talking about Nintendo fans, they don't seem to fucking mind. So it is what it is. But there was I wanted to show you guys the article that claimed that we were begging for Pokemon because it's pretty fucking funny.
Guys, just get a fucking Game Boy fucking update in there. It's easy.
I've already shared with people that no one wants fucking Pokemon if you got dreams. If you have dreams,
Pokemon, man, I'll go out and get a fucking Switch and shit like that. I don't know, man. But not really.
I still got Red and Blue for Game Boy.
I played Pokemon since, I don't know, early 2000s.
So this is what I shared with the people. Like, so the people that kept saying bad shit about us, they're like, oh, we need Pokemon, they want Pokemon. I was like, I showed them this picture of dreams that basically you can create the whole Mario 64. Then I sent them this picture of Conquer that somebody created in dreams. And then I sent them this pixelated version of Mario that somebody created in dreams. And I was supposed to send a Pokeball, but I forgot which one I showed.
They put on the group. The kids got sucked cheese.
Yeah, it says Nintendo to PS4 owners, and then somebody throws a piece of cheese in a baby's face. I don't understand that one. But yeah, this was the art. I know it's fucked up, but this is the article. It says many PS4 owners are begging Nintendo to port Pokemon Sword and Shield to the PS4. It comes from this website called NintendoSoup.com, owned by Adam Morse. So why he would add that, I don't know, Adam. Why would you?
Adam Morse.
Anybody heard of NintendoSoup.com? No? No? Okay. But as you can see, I was trolling all Nintendo fans with multiple pictures of dreams, as you can see as I scroll down. I even sent one of the guys this Pokeball somebody made that clearly looks better than this fucking piece of shit. Wait, like, I think the motherfucker threw the Pokeball on the ground, right? And it looked like ass, man. It just looked like straight fucking ass. There it is. No, I mean, it's fucking funny because you got people that think we want that game, bro. I'm gonna tell you, whether it's legal or not, someone's gonna redo Pokemon and Dreams, and it's gonna look better than this 8th generation of Pokemon.
I don't get it though. So I guess they're begging for that from PlayStation. But...
Yeah, but that's again, we got this thing that we were supposed to talk about with Persona 5. Persona 5.
Aren't they begging for Kingdom Hearts 3?
They're begging for Kingdom Hearts 3, Persona 5, and I think if they know more about Grand Blue Fantasy because it's up their alley, they're probably gonna want that too. You know.
About Judgment.
Judgment. I don't think they can handle Judgment. We saw Judgment. They can't handle those graphics.
Like I don't hate Pokemon, but like I'm not dying to play it at the same time.
Yeah, I don't either. Right? That's something I played over 20 years ago. Fucking 20 years ago. I'm cool. I'm cool. If somebody recreates Pokemon in Dreams, I'll make sure I tease them about it. But yeah, I don't think I need the game.
Tease.
It's kudos to people that like Pokemon, but come on, man.
Yeah, nah.
I don't know about it.
I do.
I'm good,
I believe. What you say?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
good too.
Yeah, unless they start getting serious and start killing
We're
off
good.
Pikachu, I might play it.
Over here at PlayStation, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
You love Pokemon. You want it.
Good. We got we got 20 exclusives that's coming out this year. I think we're good.
We trying to find a way to pay for these fucking games.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds has got me covered this year for Pokemon. I'm fine.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna see the movie only because Ryan Reynolds is the voice of Pikachu. I think if he was not the voice of Pikachu, you could have missed me with that fucking movie. I'm sorry. I would have just downloaded it when it was available. Other than that, I'm probably gonna see it. I don't know when I'm gonna see it. I'm scared to see it day one. I saw Wreck-It Ralph Part 2 day one. It was a bunch of kids in there, so I'm gonna have to see the movie on a day and a time that hopefully not a lot of kids are there. I'm not trying to hear a lot of babies crying and saying, "Oh, it's Pikachu." Like I'm trying to see the movie for what it is. We move on from that topic. Division 2 beta impressions. I played it. Anybody else play it?
Yes.
Thoughts?
It wasn't even on my radar. And fuck a day one. I'm going to get a day before the day one edition. That's how bad I want that game. For real.
Yeah. I had a lot of fucking fun running through the city of DC with Sam and all of these other people, Yella and his friend. It was so much fucking fun to bust up in there as a team shooting up shit. You know, it gave me the feeling that you were expecting from something like Anthem. And I don't get that feeling often with Anthem because I can't find anybody to play with. But Division 2 was different because you're in this mid post-apocalyptic city. You still see cars, you still see signs and storefronts and shit. But it's so deep, man. It's just so much shit there. You can go in buildings and everything. It's dope. You know, it's a dope game. Again, you guys know I don't like Ubisoft. I do not like to support Ubisoft, but I'm definitely going to get this game day one. So I think me and Sam going half or whatever on it. I'm doing 60%. He's doing 2%, something like that. So
yeah, that's what appealed to me, though, the free content. If it wasn't free, I probably wouldn't care, to be honest.
Exactly. They learned their lesson. They learned their lesson with that. Yeah, they learned their lesson.
And that's why when I played that private beta, I remember, and this was before they said the open beta. He was like, I don't know, money. They burnt me with the first one. Now, if they have an open beta, then I'll see. I'm so glad they had that open beta because it opened up a lot of people's eyes. A lot of people.
So, anybody else got any impressions?
Yeah, there was no issues with the beta, so I'll give them credit for that.
I haven't played the beta yet. Only thing I can say is that it does look good. I mean, that I've never seen the inside of the White House before or anything like that, but it looked highly detailed. So I am curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln, I'm telling you, man, download it, play it for an hour or something because it's over.
Here's the thing, Big Money. When I bought my gaming PC, they gave me a code that's supposed to give me a free copy of the Division 2 for the PC.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay.
But I haven't typed that code in yet because I fucked around and misplaced the receipt, so I got to find it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah, man, I
people.
think you're gonna be surprised.
We got actually 2 more topics. We're doing pretty good today. I mean, what's crazy is I'm looking through the topics and just randomly talking. We did talk about a good amount of these topics, so we did pretty good today.
Mm-hmm.
This was pretty interesting right here. And this is the job postings for Sucker Punch for Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, so we're in the third month. These job postings respectively went up last month, even though it was at the end. That means you have 10 months left of this year at that time, and 2 months are part of 2020, right? So that will put it a whole year. So if you bring the game out in the beginning of 2020, it's a year away, right? These job postings, I didn't see a big increase of job postings from Sucker Punch until recently. They haven't really posted anything outside of that. So they showed off something on January 1st. I guess somebody in the office had a baby, and then they got the baby in the coat and this little samurai sword right there. Pretty cute. Little chinky baby right there. And then they congratulate Sony Santa Monica for taking home the DICE Awards on February 14th. Then they don't do anything until February 26th. And then they do something else on February 26th. And both of those things they did were job postings. What's your thoughts? They're actually, it seems like they're trying to finish the game. I don't think they're rushing through it, but they still need some people to hurry up and finish this game. So,
yeah,
that right there probably doesn't make it any more obvious that I guess this probably will be coming out for the PS5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trying to finish
because if this game is supposed to be coming out for the PS4, to me it should already be done, if not close to it.
Mm-hmm.
The way it looked, you just thought PS5. Wow.
Yeah, the way I saw it, it looked PS5. But then when we saw The Last of Us before Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, wow, they doing this on the PS4. It's crazy, man. I mean, Sony really did try to squeeze every drop out of the PS3 when they did present The Last of Us 1. And they showed that shit off, man. They really did. Even with a game like God of War 3, which looked fucking phenomenal back then.
I thought Heavy Rain and Killzone 2 were two of the best looking games on the PS3.
Oh, hell yeah. Killzone 2, don't get me fucking started.
That game still holds up, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I saw your stream yesterday, Jay. Between you and one of our boys at the round table, JD Omega, y'all been playing that Killzone Shadowfall. Y'all gonna make me go back and get that. I bought that game. Day one.
$16.99. That's how much it costs. $16.99. Oh, $15.99.
Where?
On the store. And then the co-op is only $2.99. If all you want to do is play the co-op, it's $2.99.
Damn,
it's on sale this weekend right now. So if you guys want to get back into Killzone,
I want it for the multiplayer, and that's still one of the better looking games this generation.
Oh, by the way, if you get the full game, you get the multiplayer, and all the multiplayer maps are free now. So $15.99, people. If you haven't got Killzone, please get that damn game. It is worth it. It really is worth it. It's a great looking game.
Oh my God! You know, if Sony would have paid me by the hour, how much time I put into the multiplayer when that game first came out, man, you could not peel me away from that game.
Bro, I was on Killzone 2 like a fanatic. Let me see if I got any Killzone videos on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny how they were ahead of their time with the squad-based stuff in the mag, and now you see what's popular with these stupid battle royale games.
Exactly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what I got.
Well, it goes like that, you know. The Dreamcast was the first console that I played on that had a form of voice chat.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people don't know that. They think it was mouse and they think it's controller and keyboard. No, they had a game on there that had a form of voice chat on there.
Damn, bro, it's crazy how much like Killzone gameplay I ended up posting. Damn, bro, I posted so much fucking shit.
Yeah, Shadowfall, even as old as that game is, probably still looks better than anything that Microsoft has offered this generation, aside from from the Forza games.
100%.
What's this? Killzone 3? Yeah, this was Killzone 3. And if there's one thing I remember, Killzone 3 ended up having that map where you could jump inside the robot. You remember that map? It was one of the DLC maps.
I never played Killzone 3. I don't know, something about that demo just I wasn't feeling it, so I skipped over.
The UI was pretty ugly. That's what I didn't like about it. But
Yeah,
they
tried to listen to a lot of people, huh?
Did you ever play that Killzone game that came out on the Vita? Did you ever play that one?
No.
Yeah,
Mercenary
I did.
was fire,
I played.
man.
Yeah, I played that one. It was very good.
I want to play that, man. I heard about. They said that game is really good. I wish I had a Vita.
Can you still get it? Because I still got my.
You get it on PS
You
TV.
can still get it, man. You can still get that shit.
Yeah, Lincoln. So there's a lot of people say that game is really good, man. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of Killzone gameplay. Like I got.
It's definitely better than Shadowfall.
Killzone,
at least campaign wise.
Back in the day, 5 years ago. Yeah, I was on Killzone like it was no tomorrow. I got Killzone gameplay from 7 years ago on this fucking YouTube channel. I was on this shit, man. I was on Killzone all the time. It's still a beautiful game. But yeah, they listen to a lot of the Call of Duty fans. I was playing with the PlayStation Move on this gameplay, by the way. You can see by the...
You're using the sharpshooter?
Yeah. No.
Nice.
I just put a PlayStation Move controller in this gun holster, and it was pretty dope, man.
For Killzone 3 or Shadowfall?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 allowed you to use PlayStation Move. It was pretty dope.
So did one of the MLB The Shows back then. That allowed you to use the Move controllers for Home Run Derby. It allowed you to use the Move
for everything.
Pitching.
Damn, bro.
I kept that one just because of
PlayStation was always ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation was always ahead of its time. Look at that. Damn. I was just getting kill streaks. Damn, I was just doing my thing, man. Fuck. Killzone 2 needed to be remastered this gen. I would have took that, man.
Yeah, I would have too.
I would have took that right there. I would have took it.
They could have did that with any other game.
Even though the multiplayer was a little bit chaotic, I also like Resistance 2.
That's the one I want to reboot it.
Yes. And you know what would have been awesome, because it basically is a battle royale? Warhawk. Think about how big that map was.
Multiplayer.
Think about how big Warhawk was and how easy it would have been for Sony to do a battle royale with that dynamic. You had Jeeps, you had tanks, you had air combat, you had everything, bro. In a huge map, multiple buildings to go inside. Bro, Sony was just, I'm telling you, Sony was ahead of its time with its games.
Yo, Jay, seems that you've got a few baseball fans in here. Bryce Harper fronts the MLB The Show 19's cover in new Phillies uniform.
MLB The Show, it doesn't matter to me who they put on the cover. I'm buying it every year. You know?
That, bro.
They could have a black.
I like what they did, because that move was very controversial. Not the cover, but the fact that he went from Washington D.C. to Philly, and
but he signed late as hell. What if he never?
Yeah, he signed very late, and they changed the box art that late. That was pretty smart for Sony to do. That was very smart. I respect what they did, because most of the time, they have that shit set in advance who's going to be on the box. And for them to change it according to what's going on, that means they have upgraded the game already to make sure he's on the Phillies. So, again, that's why I know a lot of people like that game, because they don't have this late bullshit where you have to update the game after it comes out to make sure people on a certain teams or certain jerseys. So, yeah, that means they're respecting the game. So, good shit with that.
Can y'all see Sony doing a Killzone game during a PS5 era? Can y'all see them putting out?
I can see them doing that.
Now listen, you're hearing this from me. When I had heard that Guerrilla Games had snatched some of the people from the Rainbow Six Siege team, I went reaching. I said, not only do I think we could possibly get another Killzone game, I thought it could possibly be in VR, that it could possibly have a VR mode.
Ooh. Okay, guys, we got some big news coming from one of the events that you got your boy going to. We got posters for China Hero Project. This is the same project that presented that game we were just talking about in space, that VR title. And they have multiple posters which signal to different games they seem to be talking about. And I think this one right here with the sword, if that's not about Lost Soul Aside, I don't know what is. It might be a different game, but they clear, and all of it's PlayStation, by the way. You can look at all of this. It's all blue. PlayStation about to drop a lot of bangers this week.
Yeah, that sword looked like the that sword that dude had in Blue Fantasy.
This looks like
Grand
a
Blue
pirate
Fantasy.
ship right here. This looks like a pirate ship.
Oh, I
Sony-
can't wait for this conference.
Sony,
man.
yeah, Sony. This is week. This week, people. Sony looks like they about to really bring out a lot of shit. Keep it locked. We're gonna talk about all this shit next weekend because it looks like that, from what I've heard, 7 games. They're talking about 7 different games at this event.
Wow.
And-
What day does that fall on, Jay? Do it say what day it fall on?
Hold on, I think it's Thursday, March 7th. Let me go get the time. Oh, they got the game here.
Because I was thinking if you're not busy enough, we can get together and we can all watch it.
I
Stream
might
it or
be at
something.
work that day, so I gotta go
Oh,
see. So that's March 7th, 2019, 3 p.m. China time.
So that's about when you get out of work, isn't it?
What time is it in China?
5:50 a.m. on Monday.
Damn, it's 5:50 a.m. on Monday right now in China. The fuck? How we get
so
there?
They 11 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, they're
11.
ahead of us, bro.
I'm
So
on the East Coast, so it's 4:50 something over here on the East Coast.
damn. So
Yeah.
how? So are we gonna get this shit on Friday morning over here, or like
It'll be Friday. Yeah.
you think it's gonna be Friday?
You said it was 3 a.m. their time?
Mm-hmm. So we'll get it the following day. We'll start getting
Yeah, 4
news.
a.m.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting news about like sometime on Friday. So it depends on when the news starts to drop because we're not. Yeah, I couldn't do a podcast.
So
tracking
they're
this
not
shit.
doing a conference. They're just
No, they're doing a conference. It's just it's
okay.
in China. It's in China. It's not going to be in the United States. So if they live stream it or any of that stuff, they probably are going to do all of that. But it's just going to be a different time zone, and I don't know if any of us are going to be up that time. But yeah. So we'll
definitely
start
won't.
getting the information at Friday, which will be good because we can cover it that weekend. Damn, that's a lot of shit, man. Just a lot of shit. And Days Gone embargo lifting next week too. That's good, man. That's gonna be a lot of hype right there. A lot of hype. Okay, well, I think that's about it for today. We don't seem to have any more topics we haven't been
Yeah,
covered.
Devil May Cry launching on Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Anybody picking that up?
No, that's not Tuesday.
No? That was
Tuesday is the 5th, right?
Is it
Yeah.
Friday?
That's
Doesn't
a
it come
game
out
I'll
the
have
5th?
to wait for because I've never played any of those
Devil
games.
May
So.
on the 8th, I think.
The 8th? All
Devil
right,
May Cry
Friday.
come out on the 8th. Yeah.
But I think Draco
That's
was
Friday.
talking about that game though. I think he was saying that.
Oh yeah, I got that. I already pre-ordered that.
I need to
I
see
got-
more gameplay, even though I played the demo and I love it. But I need to understand if I buy the game, am I gonna be too lost to understand anything? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't play those games. I don't hate them, but it's getting to where I like it now because they have controllable camera angles and shit. You know, it's not fixed camera angles, and the action has always been awesome for me. But I might pick it up a little bit later this year, but it's not a day one because I'm not comfortable getting it yet.
If I'm gonna get Left Alive, that come out Tuesday. Left Alive come out Tuesday.
Damn, see that's another.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
That's what I'm saying. These games are starting to spill out right now, man. It's not waiting any longer.
Sony doing
Don't
it
get the
again. About to
Crackdown
put the hurt
support,
on
man.
everybody.
Damn, man.
They about to put the hurt on your pockets. About to put the hurt on your data caps.
I think it's out already in Japan though. Left Alive is out already in Japan because I've been looking at gameplay. And it looks good.
Well, I think we need to
bomb
keep
them
our
to death.
eyes on any and everybody that's dealing with the Last of Us. You know, so any little simple change, we need to look at that shit because
Hey, right quick before we leave, did you hear anything about Concrete Genie? Have they said anything
they
about
haven't said anything since last year when they showed the trailer. I need to go see.
Sean Layden talked about it. But all he said was it was coming out this year when they just asked him. So it wasn't really anything detailed.
Let me see.
They're coming out like Concrete Genie. I can see that coming out.
Okay, so
I
I
think they
found
should
the
delay that till next year,
developer
to be
and I
honest.
found the studio that's working on Concrete Genie. It's Pixel Pus or whatever.
Pixel Opus.
Yeah. So they talked about it at CES in 2019 this year. Okay, January 7th. And then they said thank you to somebody, and then February 17th they talked about some fan art or some shit, but that's pretty much it. It's like they're showing it, but I don't know, man. You think it could slip into the PS5? Because this seems like that type of game. Like, there was a game on the PS4, the launch title. What was that game? Kind of artsy, like that.
Come on, Flower?
No, not that. It was another one. Like, you were like this chick and you would have music.
Oh,
and
Contrast.
Contrast, yeah. Yes. This kind of reminds me of Contrast and how that game slipped into the beginning of the PS3 generation as a PS4.
That was made by Xbox Legends Compulsion Games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we got to see. It seems like this game is using an Unreal Engine also. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
It got some. It looks like it got some awards too, some nominee awards. So I'm really.
Sony snatched them up quick. You know, Entwined didn't do well, but they picked them up.
This is their studio now, by the way, guys. This is their studio.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep,
they're part of their worldwide studios now.
They picked them up.
Yeah, they seen that game and said, we gotta have that.
It's a very light spoken game. You don't really hear a lot about it.
It kind of remind me, not far as gameplay, but with all the colors. What's that game Xbox people got? What they that side scroller with all those
Ori?
colors and shit? Yeah.
Ori?
It kind of remind me of Ori, like with all the colors and shit.
Yeah, I personally love that game too.
It looks like it's going to be a very good adventure. I can't wait to see it because it seems to be like a little town or something you can explore. So it seems like it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a 3D game.
Something different, yeah.
Yep.
Something different.
That's what I'm saying. Sony cover all the bases. They got action games, they got adventure games, storytelling games, side scroller game. Like, god damn it.
Just
Sony.
They are another level, man. They are truly on some other level. Man, what can you do if you are an Xbox fan this year? Like, what can you
buy a PlayStation?
That's wild. Well, we're almost at the 5 o'clock. I'm gonna let you guys do your outros. I'll go last.
All right, I'll go ahead and get this started. First to be last. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Lincoln Clay, the godfather of gaming, the ageless wonder, chilling out on the PlayStation Legion podcast. As always, I had a good time here. Looking forward to doing it again next week. I will holler at y'all.
Yeah. Hey man, thank y'all for coming out, and make sure y'all be back with us next week at 3 o'clock. I want to thank JayTech, Sam, Lincoln, and the fam. I keep forgetting your name. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm so sorry.
That's because everybody calls me Sam. My bad.
No, not you. I meant that. I thought when I said Buka Luka, I thought
you mean me, Adam.
Yeah, Alex. I don't know why I keep. That's why I was calling Buka Luka. I was calling him Buka Luka. That's why I thought it was. I was like, damn, that's Sam. My fault.
You might as well just start calling him Ian.
I want to thank him too, man. Thank Alex, man, for inviting me into their family, man. Because, like I say, man, when I fuck with people, man, I call them family. This my family. Say what's up to my other family over there at the round table. But y'all make sure y'all check in every time, 3 o'clock every Sunday to come check out the PlayStation Legion, man. It's gonna be a big show. We got a lot of good people here. So make sure y'all come next week and support us, man. Thank you.
No doubt, man. Bowl 20. Appreciate you guys' support, and of course, Lincoln and Big Money for passing by and giving us their opinions. Very well thought out opinions at that. So see you guys next week. Take care.
All right.
Adam, you gotta go.
Yeah, all right, cool. Hey man, what's up everybody? It's Admo here. Welcome. Thank you very much for being in the podcast, and yeah, being great, being some great topics being discussed. Hopefully next week we've got some more for you, some more news, and obviously coming up with what was it, GDC and those previews for Days Gone. We're definitely going to have some news for you for the next week, so definitely tune in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is JayTechTV. This is the flame of PlayStation. It seems like we have another busy week of gaming news next week, so keep it tuned. Make sure you go to the proper websites and the proper people to give you this information. You know how it is. The closer we get to E3, the more rumors you hear. If it sounds too good to be true, make sure you double check. But yeah, we will be here next weekend. I think I have like 1 or 2 videos I will post during. Other than that, we're gonna be back for the gaming podcast, and we'll be back for the Hangouts next Sunday. So Saturday at 1 p.m. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed and you like looking at this content, subscribe, but also click that notification button. It is key to make sure you get updated for all these podcasts. And of course, Sunday every Sunday at 3 p.m. I'm fucking hungry right now. Okay, I'll see you guys next weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Peace.
All right.